Okay, we are 1 day removed from the preseason game. And of course, everybody had a completely normal reaction, one way or another, to what took place in Seattle yesterday. I'm kidding, of course. Everybody is losing their minds. Either saying, shut up, it's the preseason, it doesn't matter, or shut up, we're 0-17, Pete Carroll has dementia. Tale of two cities, tale of two opinions, one crazy fan base. And look at the flag behind me, look at the floating Raider helmet, look at what I've decided to do in my free time. I am one of the crazy Raider fans who watches everything and goes, does this mean we're going to suck, or does this mean we're going to have a top 10 offense? And we're going to talk about it because you saw the thumbnail. There are levels to this preseason game that I didn't even know watching it 1 day ago. I've criticized people that I shouldn't have. I didn't give enough blame to people that I should have. And we're going to read exactly what Pete Carroll said a day after and try to nitpick and break down exactly what he's talking about in terms of Dante Thornton, the line situation, the defense, everything. Because he's not one to mince words. He'll tell you, we stunk at certain points. And he said it last night, and he said it again, but he gives a little bit more context to all of that. I just need to start with this. There's a reason why I'm predicting that, most likely, I don't think I'm going to change it, why I'm predicting that the Raiders go 9-8. Think about that. Little quick math. That's a little over a 50% win percentage. I'm predicting us to win 9 games and lose 8. Ball bounces a couple ways, we're 10-7. Ball bounces a different way, we're 8-9, right? That means we are going to win a lot of games and lose a lot of games. So to the negative reactions coming from this preseason game, I ask you, did you have the Raiders winning 12 games and now this has completely brought you back down to earth? Or did you have the Raiders winning 9 games and now you think we're going to be picking in the top 5? You really shouldn't be garnering any opinion big picture off of one preseason game. You can look at individual matchups and how people executed, which we're going to do in a little bit here. But there is a process to rebuilding a franchise that, save for a couple seasons, has been in the basement forever. And I've got people in my Discord saying, we've had a few good seasons. Yeah, a few good seasons. Besides 2016 and a little bit of 2021, this is the best quarterback we've had under center since we were in the Super Bowl with Rich Gannon coming up on 30-ish years ago. And that means that Geno Smith is very good, and that also means we've had really bad quarterback play for a long, long time. This is the most competent head coach we've had. You tell me, since John Gruden 1.0, you could throw Jack Del Rio in there, I guess, until he fired the offensive coordinator that got Derek Carr MVP votes. So I'm not going to tear it all down because of one bad preseason game. However, this stuff does matter. The preseason matters because it shows you where we have holes and what we need to work on. And that's okay to get angry about a preseason game. It was annoying to watch yesterday for the first half. A lot of people played really badly. And a lot of people did okay. And a lot of people played really good. Lee, not a word, I get it. Just wanted to kind of slant rhyme. But what's frustrating is, and I had a caller call in a couple weeks ago. And by the way, 725-253-0264, if you want to call in and leave a voicemail question anytime, day or night, I will answer it on my call-in show. If you become a $5 patron or a $5 member of my channel, you can call whenever you want. And also, by the way, I'm giving $100 to one random member of my YouTube channel within a month that I'm doing this contest. The first 100 people to join is going to randomly win $100, which is a year's worth of the membership. Sign up, click that join button if you want to be involved in that. Or my Patreon, it's a little bit cheaper. I had one of the callers say, I kind of wish we would have done more in free agency because we still have issues at this position and this position, and we've got rookies that could play better and blah, 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 blah. Guys, unless you draft a franchise-altering quarterback like Joe Burrow or Jaden Daniels, unless every single rookie, or we'll say 70% of the rookies you draft, hit their standard or exceed it, you are not going to be able to take a roster last year that had 4 wins and immediately turn it into a Super Bowl contender. So when people say, oof, we got a problem in the secondary, oof, the offensive line isn't great, congratulations, water wet. That is not a take to have. That's just a fact. When you say Geno Smith is pretty good, that's not a take. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. When you say, the interior defensive line seems to be a little weak. Yeah, because Christian Wilkins is gone. The secondary is a little young and inexperienced. Bingo. Yahtzee. What do we have for you? All of this stuff, all of these mistakes is to be expected. If you predicted 13-4, I can't help you. Go to a hospital. If you predicted 4-13, I can't help you. Go to a hospital. This team right now is built to be a pain in the ass. It is built to control the ball, take deep shots, and play gritty defense. This team is not built to win a Super Bowl. And the frustrating thing is, you've got a lot of people in the comments, and I get it. It's the internet. People are hyped up, blah, blah, blah. You got a lot of people in the comments of a lot of different Raider videos. You got Raider YouTubers. You got a lot of people saying this. Oh, my God, doom and gloom. Pete Carroll has lost it. The game is past him. Guys, this team is built to compete. It is not built to win a Super Bowl. It does not happen overnight. This isn't the George Steinbrenner Yankees. There's a salary cap. There's a 53-man roster limit. There is a number of draft picks that you can use. There's a number of transactions you can do. It doesn't happen overnight. And it damn sure isn't going to happen in one off-season and one preseason game. We've got a joint practice coming up against the 49ers. That will tell us a lot. Excuse me. We've got another game coming up. Do we play the 49ers as well? I believe it's against the 49ers, where the starters are going to play a lot. And we're going to get into what Pete Carroll said here in a little bit. But please refrain from the hysteria one way or another. This game doesn't matter that much. It doesn't matter too much. It matters the perfect amount. They ran nothing schematically, offensively or defensively, just like every single season. Josh McDaniels went 3-0 in the preseason. The Patriots just beat the Commanders 50-11. You think that's going to happen in the regular season? You think people are saying, look out, Commanders, not great. This is a fluid situation with a team that's built to compete. Brick by boring brick. Shout out to Paramore. That's it. EOC, end of conversation. If this game worried you or excited you in any way, stop. Relax. If that's a part of your personality, I don't mean to tell you to change it. I just need to tell you that it could be a little more calm in your life if you didn't take everything so seriously, especially a meaningless preseason game. With that being said, there are things to take away. And I used this picture in the thumbnail. And this is kind of a microcosm of what I'm feeling about the offense right now, just with one vanilla play. And this is going to start out as an uber positive, especially with what I saw Geno Smith be able to do, which we haven't had a quarterback do in a long, long time. This right here is massive for us, okay? So this is the first play of the game. I can't play film because of copyright issues. But Geno rolls out, right? And they ran Michael Mayer with this play because I think they wanted to pretend that it was a run. It was a play-action play. Geno Smith rolls out, and look at the options he's got here. Now, I'm not saying that everyone's going to be open, but I just want you to actually visualize, right? I'm a visual learner. I need to see things happen. Geno rolls out, and we've got option 1, Jacoby Myers. He takes this defender out of the way. This guy's not an issue because Geno's way faster than him. This guy takes this guy out of the way. That's Michael Mayer. Now Geno's one-on-one with this guy. He could easily hit Dante Thornton. There's a safety here, but guess what? Trey Tucker's also wide open. We are going to have people running wide open for days if the offensive line can hold up its end of the bargain. And that's the key to this whole season. Because if Genti can run the ball consistently, and imagine this is Brock Bowers, you've got Brock, you've got Dante, who clearly showed that the speed of the game isn't bothering him right now. You've got Jacoby, and you've got wide open Trey Tucker. You've got guys taking off the top of the defense. You've got your intermediate stuff. And I haven't even talked about Ashton Genti, who, yeah, he didn't get it going, obviously. Again, he played one possession with the ones. And then it was Aiden O'Connell handing the ball off and probably making not great audibles at the line of scrimmage, right? The other play where Geno threw back shoulder to Dante and he dropped it, there was a blitzer off the left side, and that's usually a play where Aiden O'Connell might take a big hit and fumble the football. But Geno is absolutely hyper aware of where to go with the football, and he was able to put it right where Dante Thornton needed to catch it. He didn't catch it, but we're going to talk about what Pete Carroll thought of everybody in this game. Now, I need to tell you this. I think we're going to hit 15,000 subscribers before the new league year. I didn't think it was possible, but you guys might be pushing me over the end zone here, tush push style. If you could hit that subscribe button, about 50% of you are watching and not yet subscribed. That would help tremendously. Shout out to my patrons, like I said, and shout out to my 3 new YouTube members, Ryan, Andrew, and Hallowy Will. I don't think I'm saying that right at all. Those 3 are entered in the contest to win $100. If you want to have a chance to win $100, become one of my first 100 YouTube members. You can click that join button while you're watching the video right below. Patreon and YouTube have the same tiers, but Patreon's a little bit cheaper. Okay. We got an article here, Hondo Carpenter. Don't worry, it's not a Hondo opinion, although I like Hondo a lot. It's just what Pete Carroll said about the team. Pete Carroll doesn't hold back talking current state of the Raiders. Pete Carroll is known for his transparency, and he demonstrated that today by speaking frankly about the quarterbacks, new players, preseason strategies, and many other topics. I need to take a drink. My mouth is dry. Water is literally the best thing on the planet. I love it so much. Ooh, look at our new schedule. We don't have to see all the losses anymore on the right side. Yay. Okay. 3 hours ago. Henderson, Nevada. After a 23-23 tie to open the preseason last night in Seattle, Pete Carroll came home and watched the film. He actually evaluated it, which is what Hondo says here. Several parts and players from the game stood out to him, and his everyday direct and blunt style, he addressed those earlier today. Here are the newsworthy things he said. Competition battles are legitimate. Imagine if he was like Aiden's battling with Geno. No, he did not say that, obviously. The battle between JPJ and Jordan Meredith is one of the most significant matchups the 2025 NFL training camp. The coach highlighted this competition after both players performed well into the third quarter of Thursday's game. Okay, and I just want to say this. I initially was like, why are they playing so much into the third quarter? I actually figured it out. Well, I didn't figure it out, but Pete Carroll kind of mentioned it. He might even talk about it in this quote, Hondo. The crowd noise is obviously significant in Seattle. It's probably the loudest stadium in the league, that or Arrowhead. And Pete Carroll wanted Jordan Meredith to get work doing the silent count along with JPJ. So that's why they were in the game a lot, because the film came back and apparently JPJ was pancaking people at right guard and Jordan Meredith did okay. There was just some missed assignments, sort of a mix-up between a man scheme and a zone blocking scheme that will be easily fixable come the regular season. Like Ashton Genti getting hit in the backfield, it wasn't our offensive line getting overpowered. It was just missed assignments, which we can clean that up in a heartbeat. So again, not worried about that. Okay, so Pete Carroll says, those guys did get a good look because we really wanted to have a lot of film on them, so that's a good first step. I thought Meredith was in command of what was going on in a difficult situation. We wanted to see how far he can go with handling the noise and the silent counts and all that kind of stuff, and he really did a good job of that. But we're not ready to make any declaration on anything. We've just got to keep working. Smart. Change of position, but not diminishing expectations. I love Jamal Adams, dude. He was awesome. Jamal Adams has been more than a surprise in his transition from safety to linebacker, and he has been a pleasant revelation. Pete Carroll can't hide his enthusiasm for Adams' development. I thought he was pretty flashy, like he's been in practice. He's played like he's been practicing. He's really obvious out there. I love that. He's obvious out there. Like you can see him obviously making plays and making an impact. He's real sudden. He's always been very aggressive, attack-oriented. That's what separates him from others in the past. And I thought he looked really good and ran well. I was really, really happy with him. This is the kind of me pulling for him to get him back. It's been a long haul with a difficult injury, and shoot, I thought he played well. Couldn't agree more. Can Carroll exercise the plague of missed tackles? For many years, the Raiders have struggled with poor tackling, and last night in Seattle, the issues reappeared. How concerning is the future Hall of Fame general manager? Let me read this one more time. How concerned is the future Hall of Fame general manager about it? I would imagine he means head coach. Interesting. Well, and this is Pete Carroll talking. It's not John Spytek. Well, yeah, I'm chalking it up to it's the first preseason game, and I'm concerned, yeah, the way we tackled stunk, and it was all open field stuff for the most part. And that's the first time we've tackled anybody. That's the first time we tackled anybody. We don't run two-a-day tackles anymore. Like, let's pump the brakes here. So that's why you play these games. That's why you play the game. Progress was made in the second half. We were playing a lot cleaner, and guys just got used to running and hitting. But we need to continue to emphasize it like we have been. But that's the first shot. It could have been better. I thought we worked on it hard enough to show better than that, but we've got work to do. No doubt about it. No mincing words on the rookie QB. Cam time. Cam Miller had a terrific first preseason game, and Pete Carroll, who loves competition, delivered some blunt force truth as it pertains to the critical QB2 battle. The last 5 or 6 days of our work, he continued to move the club, and so I'm happy for him. It was about as duress as you can get, and he handled it well. But it's not the first time he's done well in our practices, and he did well. Like I said, in the mock game, put the same situation, a field goal to win the game a couple times there, and he did it against Seattle. Nice job by him. A new addition making a big splash. This is interesting, too. Thomas Booker, he looked pretty fast. He runs a 4.9, if you can believe that. Thomas Booker has recently joined the Raiders and played exceptionally well in Seattle. Exceptionally well. I think that's a little strong, Hondo, but I get what you're saying. Capturing the attention of the silver and black coach. He's going to really fit in. His effort was good. If you can imagine, he's only been here 2 days, so his head was swimming a little bit, but he's a very intense kid and really sharp. And his attitude was exactly like you'd hoped it would be. So that's all ahead of us. But I think he's physical enough and he runs well enough. He's going to have a good training camp, so we're fortunate to have him. I like that. Carroll hasn't quit on Aiden O'Connell. Yeah, I hope not. Aiden O'Connell would be the first to acknowledge that he needs to improve his performance in the first half against the Seattle Seahawks. That's an understatement. He was awful. However, the fact that both Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly chose to keep him in for the third quarter speaks volumes about their confidence in him. I don't know if that's true. I think they were just like, hey, make a play, please. O'Connell responded by delivering a much better performance in the second half. He was better. He's doing a really nice job. I anticipated that he would play a good, strong game. I thought he did have a couple plays. I thought our tempo we needed to pick up. I thought we lost a little bit of our edge tempo-wise. Just taking a lot of time at the line of scrimmage. If you notice the second half, it wasn't like that. He adjusted. Chip Kelly got on it, and he looked a lot better. I thought he threw the ball well, and there were a couple plays he'd like to have back. He missed a touchdown pass that we came back and later threw in the game. And the same play, he just misread something, so I'm pleased with that, what he's doing at the moment. Joint practice with the 49ers this week is enormous. The San Francisco 49ers are visiting the desert this week for a joint practice in a preseason game. That's on Thursday, folks. That is 6 days away, or 5 days away from the time you're watching this. And by the way, this is getting uploaded Friday night. If you're a member or you're a patron, you're watching it right now. But if you're on YouTube, you're just watching it a little bit later. This practice could end up being the most significant event of the entire offseason, and Carroll understands the potential impact it could have. We won't be tackling in practice. That'll be a good part of preparation to get to the game. Our guys just need to see the tempo and the speed of really good clubs. And you've got to play good teams if you want to get good. This is a really good opportunity for us. Establishing the run is not a fable. In 2024, we heard promises from the Raiders about establishing a strong run game, but those blah, blah, blah. I just want to see the quotes here. It will continue to be pretty basic just to keep our edge for the opener in the first 3 or 4 games. The teams don't know who we are, so they're going to have to find out as we go. So we were real basic, and we didn't want to get that kind of move we wanted. Like Ashton didn't really get a chance. And then the starters are going to play in the preseason game. Pete says it's exactly what we had planned. They're going to play a handful of plays just to get through the process of preparing for the game, the middle part of it, the pregame, and then getting out there. I just want to get them back on the field, and they did that. So next time they're going to play quite a bit. That's just part of the process. Everybody take a collective deep breath. I know what it's like to get your hopes up and get hurt. But it feels like a little bit of insanity to acknowledge that we constantly get our hopes up and get hurt. And then let yourself again get your hopes up and get hurt. If anything, everybody's reaction should be like, yep, expected this, gonna be sloppy. And then when we're good, that's when you have your big reaction. What is it? Undersell, over-deliver. That's how we should feel about this team. Undersell the rookies. Undersell Pete Carroll's mental. Undersell Geno Smith. Undersell Chip Kelly. over-deliver a 2025 season. That's your mission. Undersell, overperform. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to be a 500 ball club this year with some plucky wins and some unfortunate losses. Hopefully I'm wrong and we go 17-0. Don't foresee that happening, but you never know. That's bars. I rhymed. Shout out to my patrons. Hit that like button. And YouTube members, I got to get used to that. Comment away. And please be sure to subscribe. It's free out there, no charge to you. I love you guys. And I'll see you next time.